takes all. It's the thrill of one more kill, the last one to fall. We'll never sacrifice their will. Don't ever look back on the world closing in. Be on the attack with your wings on the wind. All the games will begin. And it's sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Yeah. And it's ours for the taking. It's ours for the fight. In the sweet, sweet, sweet victory.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to What Do You Say Anime presents Duel of the Decade. And on today's episode, we will be declaring the sweet, sweet victory that is the victor of our finals between 2011 and 2018. Joining me today, we have Pat, Miles, Haz, and Kat as we finish and debate and conclude what the best year of anime was in 2018. So, I guess we'll do our, maybe some like initial thoughts going into it if anybody has anything to say. We'll start with like our normal order. So, Pat, do you have any like predictions or like how do you feel about like the whole situation that we had doing this whole like process?
I loved this process. The only complaint I would have is that movies aren't included. I think that would have made some years like 2016 a little bit stronger. But I also can't complain because my favorite year made it to the final, and I'm here to represent, so I can't wait.
For sure.
Also, hello to all my friends out there that are Origairu stands. We unite in our happiness, I think, after that last episode.
We stand tall, we stand proud. Kat,
Yep.
do you have any words about the whole, fun games that we had during this whole experience?
Well, I kind of joined in late,
True.
but for me, the main thing is like I'm not really sure how this episode is gonna go, but I know that I'm gonna have some hot takes.
Yes.
I forgot to bring my mask because I know I'm gonna catch the smoke.
Oh,
So
bitches don't want to smoke.
Pop smoke.
Oh yes, pop smoke. And speaking of hot takes, we have Mr. Blue Exorcist himself. Haz, do you have any thoughts about this whole Duel of the Decade?
Wait, what? I'm
You're
confused.
Mr. Blue Exorcist. I think you're the only one who's ever voted for Blue Exorcist.
Let me just say, up until this point in the anime Duel of the Decade, I've been going through a lot of changes. I came in leaving anime. In the middle of it, I had surgery. I couldn't even speak. I wanted to just watch Gotham and The Boys. This final version of Hasek is the real version. And I just want to also say that I love everyone here. It's been super fun. And thank you all for tuning in, honestly. Give us money.
Positive vibes only. You don't have to give us money.
Don't
You do
give
not
us
have to give us
money.
money. If you
I don't even think there's an avenue to
Positive
do that.
Oh, there actually is
Please
one. If you have a Twitch Prime account and you want to give it to me, that'd be great. Don't sweat with 3 T's on Twitch. That's literally the only way I'm accepting money.
Or you could tier 3 sub.
Or you can tier 3 sub, but that's literally like the only way. Thank you, Miles, by the way, and our anchor who gives me his Twitch Prime. Miles, you're our anchor. You've been our sound of, I don't know, reason. You give logic to shows that maybe deserve it, some logic to shows that don't deserve it. So, any thoughts about the whole process of Anime Duel of the Decade?
Yeah, so this has been fun. I've enjoyed it. You know, I'm not the most watched anime fan, but this has definitely given me shows to put on my list, and it has led me to finally watch the first 3 episodes of Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. So, unfortunately for Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, it's up against like a top 4 show of mine. So regardless of what I thought of it, it's probably going to get raffle stomped by me. But what did I think of it? We'll find out very soon here.
What a great transition, because I think our first show, it is our number 5 most popular
What's that?
show.
Is that am I on a segue?
Wow.
Let's go.
What a segue. Our number 5 most popular
we're getting better
show.
here. What do you say, anime?
Exactly. Our number 5 most popular show from 2011 is Madoka Magica. It's going up against the number 5 most popular anime of 2018, and that's Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. 2 heavy hitters right off the bat. Both of these shows I've scored a 9 on my Mal. I really enjoy all of this, and this is not including the Madoka movie Rebellion, because if we were, I think it'd be a clear-cut winner of like who would win in my opinion. I enjoy the Mai arc of Bunny Girl Senpai. I think I think it's a better version of Monogatari since that's how everyone compares it to. I like it way more than Monogatari. I want more, especially because of the movie. It's been great. Actually, both of these shows have really good like follow-up movies. Now that I think about it. Rebellion and then I forgot what the Rascal one's called, but
Rascal doesn't dream of a dreaming girl.
there you
Yep.
go. Great movie. But since those aren't included, we're only talking about the show. This might be the toughest matchup I have in the entire series. Like I said before, both are 9s. Both have like incredible features. One is just like a great story with great characters. The other one has like sweet ass battle scenes and cute magical girls who go through distant dreamlands and visit Alice. So for me, I thought that I would probably lean Bunny Girl because of the romance element. That's like my favorite genre, but I really thought about it and I just really love the uniqueness of Madoka. So I'm going to give my vote to Madoka. Pat, you can go next.
Okay, so I thought if you didn't bring it up, I was going to point out that Bunny Girl Senpai also had a sequel movie that, if anything, made the series even better, just like Madoka did. Which I agree with that statement. I think Madoka for me was just not my kind of show when we watched it for Watch Club. I do agree the movie made it a lot better, and I enjoyed it. But Bunny Girl Senpai is probably one of those shows that really got me. I was already into anime at that point, but it's what made me become a seasonal watcher. You know, like one of those. It was during the season that it came out that I really started watching seasonals, like 4 or 5 of them at a time all week long, rather than just picking here and there to watch a series. So I have and it's also my genres, rom-com, drama. All that stuff is my kind of stuff. So I have to go with Bunny Girl Senpai, even though I'm not sure it's going to beat the classic that is Madoka.
For sure. All right, Kat, you're up next.
All right. So, to be honest, my thoughts on Madoka haven't necessarily been extremely favorable. I really like Bunny Girl, although I don't like Bunny Girl as much as Monogatari or Monogatari, however you want to pronounce it. But because of that, I watched Bunny Girl on my own, and I'm not real favorable to shows I have to watch or shows that I'm. Long story short, mental problems.
Sure.
But but yeah, maybe it's just the experience of watching Madoka. But I am gonna have to lean Bunny Girl.
Okay.
So
Haz, you are up next.
So this is a tough matchup because, like you said, both of those movies are really good, and I think they enhance the original show. And when it comes to shows, it's really hard for me to separate things that are connected in the IP because I feel like I get invested in franchises, not particular seasons. So like I like High School DxD as a whole, even if there is like a weak season 4. And the same thing with Bunny Girl and Madoka. I think Rebellion is a 10 out of 10 probably now looking at it. I think did I put it as a 10 out of 10? I don't remember. But
It was high.
It's a high S. It's a
You
10
had
out
it
of 10.
high.
And I think Dreaming Girl is a 10 out of 10 too. But when it comes to the shows themselves, my opinion on Madoka Magica hasn't really changed since the Watch Club in that there's a lot good there. And I decently enough enjoyed it, but it didn't hit for me the way that I feel like it hit for other people because of the magical girl genre that I know, that I grew up with in anime. Bunny Girl has weak points too. I agree that it starts off on a banger. I think the Mai arc is great. I think the Science Girl arc sucks ass. Wish I could never watch it. And the other ones are cool, but overall forgettable and not necessarily consequential. They're all setups for the movie. So this is hard, but I think just because sort of like I don't know if this is what Kat was saying, but it's what I got from it. Like I watched Bunny Girl on my own and I sat through it, and I was asked to sit through Madoka Magica, and I probably wanted to finish Madoka Magica because I did drop it before, like episode 5. So I'm gonna give it to Bunny Girl.
All right, Miles, please be the anchor for the last
Yeah,
segment.
so my vote doesn't matter, but I watched the first 3 episodes of Bunny Girl Senpai. It's not bad, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense. There's not a lot of connections in between it. The My arc, I mean, if that's the best arc, I'm definitely dropping the show.
God.
Like, and it's not a knock to it. It's perfectly fine if you're into that sort of thing, I guess. But it's just sort of like it didn't have like the relatability that the characters in like Monogatari did. For example, like Mai being a celebrity and like her whole issue being not famous anymore isn't really something that I'm gonna sympathize with. Like I don't care. I'm sorry you used to be famous. And there wasn't like a lot of consistency with how the issues were solved and like what the predication of the issue was. Like if she isn't observed, she isn't there. But then if someone loves her or something, she gets observed for some reason. I don't know. I mean, even Futaba is just sort of like, we don't really, it just works. Don't worry about it. At the end of episode 3. So I think what I really liked about Monogatari was how like interconnected and planned out all of that stuff was. And while Bunny Girl Senpai definitely has like the cool relationship dynamic between Mai and what's his name, that's very similar to like Senjo Gahara and Araragi. Like those are very good. They're on point. They're good characters. It's just the surrounding scaffolding of the show isn't quite as strong. It's an enjoyable show. I honestly might finish it. I did enjoy it.
You should finish it.
You went from
7.5
dropping it to we'll finish it.
or so.
You should
I don't know.
finish it.
I should finish it, right? It's a good show.
It's a good
It's a
show.
really freaking good show. I don't know.
And the
People,
movie-
when you say the arcs are weaker, I'm sorry to cut you off there. When we say the arcs are weaker, it's just because the My arc, in our opinion, at least for people who really like the show, like I do, the My arc is like when it is at its peak because it's
So
focusing
like,
on the
I guess just like why? Like, what about it do you like? Because none of it is
the dialogue. I think is
connected. The
hilarious.
dialogue is good.
It
and
is
funny,
connected.
Yeah.
It is more connected after.
Does
you
it? Do
watch
they like
it.
clear up some stuff? Okay, then yeah.
but
yeah.
in
Anyways,
the sci-fi, you kind of have to ignore, like, a good example in the next arc is in the Rio Futaba arc. They try and use Schrodinger's cat, and they do it so poorly
God,
that
I
it's
know.
like
they did
laughably
that-
bad.
they
No,
did
do
it
in
with
the
what's
first
her
one.
name too. With the My arc, right? Like that was the whole like she can't be observed. You have to observe, and then they just like
No.
didn't understand what Schrodinger's cat was.
No,
The
no,
Mai's
in
arc
the
was
next
more
one.
about like an acknowledgement of someone's existence.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that,
Futaba puts a cat in a box with a bottle of poison in the My arc.
Does she? Oh, I forgot about that.
Don't
That's-
Checkmate.
worry.
Checkmate.
Yeah.
I
that's
only
the
know
way-
because I watched it
either
this
way,
morning.
they
Team
don't use it.
Madoka.
Anyways, I'm gonna vote for Madoka.
Yeah.
It's not, Bunny Girl Senpai is Smooth Brain Monogatari, but that doesn't mean it's bad because
Smooth
Monogatari
Brain.
is really good, and
All
so
right.
you can be worse Monogatari and still be very good.
Okay, and as we realized from last episode, every point matters. So just because
Your
Bunny
show
Girl,
lost.
just because 2018 right now has a 3-2 lead, I guess it's 1-0, but in points 3-2, because Bunny Girl Senpai defeats Madoka in the first round, or the first, I'll say
Let's
first
go.
round.
Let's go.
We could have some drama towards the end, but we're gonna switch things up a little bit because instead of going popularity into rankings, we're just gonna do the number 5 ranked and then so on and so forth. So the number 5 ranked show from 2011, we have Nishijo going up against Steins Gate Zero. This one's another tough one. Both of these shows I have as 8s on my Mal. So it comes down to something like really minuscule between like how I'm going to determine between the two. And how I'm going to do it is that Nishijo has my favorite ED of all time, ZZZZZ. It's an amazing, amazing ED. It's so lovable. I love it. It like reflects Nano's personality, I think, like to a T. And Nishijo is one of like the funniest anime I've ever seen. There's some hit and miss spots, but like 90% of the show is hilarious. Steins Gate Zero, on the other hand, is a fantastic sci-fi. It's one of those shows where I didn't think we were going to get a sequel because there really wasn't a need for... I guess it's a spin-off, I think, technically. I don't know.
It's a prequel.
A prequel. It's
Yeah.
all over the place. Sorry. It's time
It
travel. It could be a sequel at one point and then a prequel
Oh, yeah.
at
That's a
another
good point. Who knows?
Yeah, so both like enjoyable shows, but I'm literally just gonna give it a little bit of tad recognition for Nishijo based off the ED. Go watch Nishijo. Go listen to ZZZ. All right, Pat.
All right, so neither of these shows I've sat down and watched in full yet. Steins Gate's on the list. Well, of course, this isn't Steins Gate. This is Steins Gate Zero. And the way I'm scoring this is based off the fact that Steins Gate Zero, even the big Steins Gate fans said, I remember when it was coming out in 2018, people were talking about it and they said it's good, but it wasn't necessary. It didn't feel like it wasn't as good as Steins Gate, which of course living up to that show is so difficult considering how well it's done and how great of a show it is. So I'm gonna go with Nichijou just because it's made me laugh. Every clip of it I've seen, whether it's been edited or not, it's been so goddamn funny that I really should watch it at some point. I would really enjoy it.
The deer suplexing scene always
Yes.
gets memed.
Yes, the perfect German suplex.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, Kat.
All right, so for me, so I watched like 2 episodes of Steins Gate Zero earlier today, just because I've never seen Steins Gate or Steins Gate Zero. Well, not until today. But for me, I've watched Nichijou like 4 times because it's just one of those shows that if you're having a really, really bad day and you need something to pick you up, like get some hot chocolate. I've got a fucking recipe out. Just like get into the Discord and at me.
Wow, great plug. Discord link below.
Yeah. Get into the Discord and at me and I'll show you a picture of it. But like, and just sit down and watch Nichijou. Like, just watch, I don't know, like 6 episodes of it, and you will feel better for the whole week. Like, I can't tell you how many times that has made me feel much better after a bad semester at college. Yeah, Steins Gate, don't really know that much about it. Couldn't really wrap my head around it at first because I didn't really dig my feet into it. But yeah, so my point is going to Nichijou.
All right, I agree with that. Like, good vibes. Like, that's like laid back camp. Just turn on something, you'll feel so much better after watching it. Nichijou does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's good gag, laid back camp. I think.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Has.
So this is going to be a horrible decision. If anyone wants to save their brain cells, skip like 3 minutes right now ahead to when Miles says something.
You might want to skip me too.
Yeah, so I didn't like Steins Gate, so consequently I never watched Steins Gate Zero.
Really?
And at this point in my life, Nichijou is a series that, much like Amagami SS and Walkie Romance, I watched. I don't remember what happened in it, but I do remember there was a suplex, and only because it happened as a meme on Bleacher Report with the Bucks.
Bugs,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So the way I'm gonna do this, right, is actually this is kind of like the movie thing, like don't ring a movie. But I didn't like Steins Gate, but there's a Steins Gate visual novel on Steam. If you don't like Steins Gate, that visual novel slaps. That shit is hard. And considering that that's like it's a Steins Gate IP, I'm gonna go with Steins Gate.
You know this is Steins Gate Zero and not Steins Gate, right?
There's a Steins Gate Zero visual novel on Steam.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
is there?
flat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay, well, you visual novel folks can go have fun playing your Steins Gate. Miles.
Yeah, so speaking of visual novels, everyone, fall season, Higurashi remake, check in for sure. So this is a tough one for me. Nichijou seems so funny from everything I've seen it, but like Steins Gate is also something that's like right up my alley, and I haven't seen Zero. So, you know, I don't know how I'm gonna go. I think just based off of how intrigued I am by them, I'm going to vote Nichijou, but it's close. But just because I really want to see why the principal suplexes the deer. Like,
there is no
how that
reason.
happened.
It just happened.
Like,
Do you want to know why? It's because the
happens.
deer is in the courtyard.
Yeah.
That's the only reason
That's
why.
it.
really?
That
Is
is
this
literally
completely
it. That is
literally-
literally it.
The girl
Is
walks
Nichijou
out.
what I pretended Handshakers was?
No,
No.
because it's a
Like a
comedy.
surrealist comedy that's like
No,
intentionally like hilarious and like
it's
absurd?
gag comedy.
It's
for
gag.
sure.
It's gag. Set
It's
It's
comedy.
gag. Okay, so he
You'll
just
like
does it
you
for
like
fun.
Konosuba. You'll like Nishi.
Okay, this is art then. Okay,
It's
then I
not
feel very
Konosuba, though.
comfortable voting for Nichijou.
All right. So in a
Also, there's
oh,
just a random Snickers.
true.
Mm.
In a 4-1 victory for 2011, we have Nishijo over Steins Gate Zero. Moving on to the number 4 most popular show from 2011, we have Fate Zero Season 1 going up against Darling in the Franxx. Man, if this was episode 1 through 17 of Darling in the Franxx, I think I would have picked Darling in the Franxx. But I've said it multiple times on this podcast. I think Darling in the Franxx has the worst ending in anime history. The fact that it's copy-pasted from a classic is like, there's no way you can hide it. And it ruined all originality for what Darling in the Franxx could have been, which I think it could have been a genre-defying show. And they ruined it. They flushed it down the toilet. Fate Zero Season 1, on the other hand, is incredible. Ufotable does an incredible job with Fate Zero Season 1. I like Season 2 a little bit better, but Season 1's fantastic. You get introduced to one of the best girls of all time in Saber. Well, I guess not the first time, but like, I'll say the first time in like really high quality.
Chronologically,
Well, I mean, the Dean Stay Night version.
I'm in the Fate timeline.
Sure. Oh yeah, chronologically, yes. I think Fate Zero is Ufotable's best work. At me, Demon Slayer fans, but I think Fate is an incredible franchise, especially Zero. So my vote's gonna go to Fate Zero Season 1.
Okay. I feel like because I always follow up Pete, and we've had this debate a few times now with Darling in the Franxx. I will stand by that. I don't think the ending was as bad as everyone says it is. It is not good. I'm not saying it was great, but I think the very ending of it kind of recovers the mess that was episodes like 18 through 23, but then that 24th episode or whatever the last one was, I think recovers the ending to at least a somewhat salvageable place. I really enjoyed that show too. Fate, I haven't gotten myself into, but even with that, I have to say Fate, the icon that it is, and we talk about it every time, the amount of money that their mobile game has created and the attention that it's drawn worldwide. It pains me to do this, but I have to vote for Fate over Darling in the Franxx.
All right, Kat.
So if you were in the Discord, you would have known that I hadn't watched Fate Zero until like very recently. Like I binged season 1, season 2 like last week, and after like 2 episodes, I was hooked. Like I was. Bro, like season 1 had me like hype as fuck. like I haven't felt that hype since like Black Clover got really fucking good.
Yep.
Like I was, bro.
Yo, 2 bro moments.
Like I can't accurately express my emotions towards it. But Darling in the Franxx, yeah, it was I kind of got into it and then got to, of course, episode 18 through 24, and I was like, I don't remember like taking a line of cocaine. Like I don't really remember having the crackhead on the corner explain this to me. Like I don't like. What the fuck happened?
I'll tell you what happened. Aliens. It wouldn't be
Aliens.
Trigger without aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah. So you got it.
But yeah, no. It's Fate Zero. Like, there's no question.
For sure. Has.
Paz? The fuck is this, Metal Gear? Anyways, I'm in the camp of Patrick where I don't believe the ending was as bad as people say it is. Again, it's not good, but it's not as bad as people say it is. And I think for as bad as the ending was, and it took away its genre-defining impact, right? Like Darling in the Franxx isn't a staple of anything. However, I do think there was a cultural impact. I think 02
Yes.
stole a lot of hearts. No, she stole mine.
But compared to Saber
Or Rin.
or
That's
Rin,
why I didn't. Honestly, that's why I didn't
So-
give Darling in the Franxx
so-
my vote. Yeah.
So, Rin, has a horrible dub voice actor, and I prefer dub, if I can.
trash.
I am what I am. And Saber is not nearly as good as Nero. So yeah, Pendragon sucks.
Okay.
But Phase Zero season 1 is fire. Definitely, it's one of the few shows that got me to like actually relate on a human level with fantastical characters, and the whole relationship between Ryder and his master is like one of the most amazing relationships
So good.
in anime, in my opinion. Like top 5. It's a great story. It gets sidelined season 2, but thank God we're only talking about season 1. So I think Phase Zero is gonna win this, but I still love you, 02. Call me, make me a monster, please.
Yes. Ryder is a god tier bro. Just throwing that out
Yeah.
there. I don't know if he's in top bro.
Top,
level.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
also Goro from Darling in the Franxx is a good bro, so we have good bros too, not just the
He's
ladies.
not Ryder, bro.
He's not Ryder,
Like,
but he's a good bro.
He's not right at level.
Miles,
he's not
please,
Ryder, dog.
please finish things off for us.
So the way that I determine everything, right, is I take the best waifu in anime, which is Seto Kaiba. Okay, so you take Seto Kaiba, and then you figure out how close each show has a character that is like a 1 to 10 on the Seto Kaiba scale, and Archer, Gilgamesh from Fate Zero is like an easy 9 on the Seto Kaiba scale.
Yup.
And for that reason, and that reason alone, I have to give it to Fate Zero season 1.
That is the most. You are.
Yeah.
Give this man every medal, every award. That was. The
I am so
greatest thing-
tired
That was the
of
greatest
everyone
thing
in
I've
this
ever heard.
Discord.
We are
Everyone
no
in this
longer grading
Discord
shows on a
liking
scale from 1 to
Gilgamesh.
10. Everything's on the Seto Kaiba scale. Every show is a 1 except for Yu-Gi-Oh! Jesus Christ. That was crazy.
Oh my god.
Fuck Gilgamesh.
Fuck.
I'm so tired of
Fate
this
Zero can get
Discord.
a 2 then.
That scene with Gilgamesh, Ryder, and Saber drinking together in the courtyard is amazing. It's like such a good character study. Like I think people like see it and think that people like it just because like the action and shit is good, and it is.
No.
It's very good.
It is.
But like the characters and like the relationships between them is just fantastic. It's wonderful.
I'd go get my favorite statue, but that's all the way over there, so I'm not gonna get it. But in a 5-0 victory, Fate Zero Season 1 dominates Darling in the Franxx. The D in Darling in the Franxx now stands for dominated, so dominated in the Franxx gets 5-0'd. Moving on to our number 4 show. I'm very happy because I am no longer the only person that has seen Natsume's Book of Friends, because we have Natsume's Book of Friends Season 3 going up against Psyche K Season 2. So, Natsume's great. Everyone should watch Natsume. But like I said before, Nishijo is one of the funniest animes I've ever seen. Psyche K is the funniest anime I've ever seen. I adore Psyche K. He's such a great character. The show is incredible. Season 2 is a little bit of a downgrade from Season 1 because I only gave it a 9 compared to a 10. But like, it's just the cast of characters and the situations. You think you can only do so much with like this overpowered character, and they do so many great things, and they get introduced to so many different events and random, I don't know, just like how stupid his dad and his mom are, and just getting the stupid things like that. And his brother is also overpowered but hates psychics, so he gets an amazing cast. But nothing to hate on Natsume. Natsume is really fun and at some points super emotional, and like I almost cried on episode 2. It's like, where did this come from? So Natsume, great show. If you like Spirited Away, if you like slice of life dramas, you should watch Natsume's Book of Friends. But I'm giving this one to Psyche K Season 2.
Okay, so for me, I had really barely heard of either of these shows coming into this. However, I had heard of Disastrous Life of Psyche K, and I've heard many good things about the fact that it's a comedy and things like that, like from Pete and from other people. I had never heard anyone ever even mention Natsume's Book of Friends going into this. Like, literally never knew it existed, and then suddenly I saw it in our first episode when we were just like looking over all the shows. We were like, why does this show have like 5 entries on the list? Like, what the fuck? So for that, I have to go with Disastrous Life of Psyche K, especially too because it's on Netflix, so a lot more people have seen it and a lot more people have watched it. I think it's had more of an impact than Natsume's Book of Friends has.
And by the way, Natsume's Book of Friends getting another season. It was announced last week. Kat.
So for me, I've got to go. So, Natsume's Book of Friends, I kind of cut down to the wire. Well, I didn't really cut down to the wire. I was trying to watch Natsume's Book of Friends, and then I got caught up into the Panthers Chargers game. First win of the season, and probably the
Let's
last.
go. Teddy Two Gloves.
Yeah. But Psyche K, I've watched. I'm actually caught up with it, and I love the show. It's so funny. And season 1 was like I'd never heard of it until. Then again, I don't have that many like weeb friends. I didn't have that many weeb friends when I first watched it. But Psyche K, when I first watched it, I loved every minute of it. And then and I remember watching it on Christmas, and I was like, I fucking love this show. But yeah, Natsume, don't really know much about it right now. I'll probably get to it because it sounds like it's right up my alley. But Psyche K, points go to Psyche K. So.
All right, has.
So Natsume kind of slaps.
It
Just
does.
just a little, just it slaps. But so does Psyche K. But I also think Psyche K season 2 isn't that good, at least compared to season 1. But season 1 is like damn near perfect or perfect. So it's like, is that? We're not going to talk about Netflix's Psyche K season. Not that it was terrible, but holy shit, compared to the first two. This is hard because they're also very different shows in terms of what they're trying to get out of you. In terms of an emotional response, like when it's trying to make you laugh, Natsume's trying to like make you feel things in your heart, right? Like Miles would hate this shit, right? And while I think that Natsume's Book of Friends, from what I've seen, because I'm not at season 3, does top tier job, like top 3 job for getting emotions out of people. I think the sheer scope of Psyche K's cast and the perfect balance of like how they get so much comedy out of it, right? Like it's one of the few shows that has Chunibyo in it and it's actually funny and
It is
not
funny.
cringy. Like Kaido was fucking hilarious, right? They have Urameshi, right? And Nendo, because he's just Urameshi.
Nendo's my boy.
We got like the popular girl, like got the reformed delinquent, and season 2 had a very small, very small, but very iconic drop in from Gintoki
Yep.
and the Gintama cast. So I'm gonna give it to Psyche K, because fucking yeah, no, it's just super impressive.
All right, Miles.
So it's not that I don't like feeling things. It's just that, like, I don't know. I'm not easily manipulated into feeling things by poorly constructed shows. So,
Go read a book.
Fucking nerd. Oh my god.
So I don't know. I felt the shots coming. I had to fire them back. I don't even know what show I'm firing shots at. But whatever made Has feel things was bad.
You're shooting in the
So-
dark and hope you don't hit a pedestrian.
So Psyche K is so funny. It's so funny. It makes me feel things, and honestly, it makes me. It holds wholesome vibes too, because like, you know, deep down he cares about his friends, and you see that, and he does things for them. And it's really nice, and it makes me feel happy. All the characters are like not just their bits, but their bits are also really, really funny. I'm gonna vote for Psyche K. I just love the show.
All right, so we got back-to-back 5-0 sweeps. This time, Psyche K season 2 defeating Natsume's Book of Friends season 3, which I don't think has won the entire time, but that's okay.
No, I don't think so either.
All right, so we got a 2-2 tie going into show number 5. We're now entering the top 3. The number 3 most popular show from 2011. We have Anohana going up against Violet Evergarden. I mean,
Here we go.
this one's close. Let's be real. Like, these are two, like, I think a lot of people would I think I don't know if people would consider Anohana a masterpiece. I know a lot of people consider Violet Evergarden a masterpiece. I think it's like that type of reasoning that I'm going to give it to Violet Evergarden. It's just it's so pretty. Kyoto Animation is like, this is like their staple of animation. It's incredible. They do such a great job on their shows, and like this is on the pedestal of pedestals. Like, it's so pretty, and the story itself of Violet going from a war-torn whatever she is war machine into this civil servant
Child
and
soldier.
yeah, it's an incredible story. Anohana is more about like it's just the type of show I don't like. I don't like those type of shows. I'm sorry. It's sad. I'm not a sad boy. Sad boys only, but not for me. So I'm gonna go with Violet Evergarden on this one.
All right, if you don't like sad boy shows, though, I don't think Violet's for you.
Well,
But
I
think
know,
you
but
should
like
still watch it.
it's a different type of
I
sad
understand
boy
what
show
you're
for
saying.
me.
It is
Yeah.
a different kind of. It's not just let's be yeah, we know what's gonna happen at the end of the series. Let's drag our fucking faces through the mud and suffer. Violet is Violet is peak fiction in my opinion. I mean, I've gone off on it before. This is my anime of the decade by far. Other than well, I mean, not
Your
including
Name.
movies.
Yeah.
Not including movies like Your Name. This is in my opinion, and the sequel movie or the side story movie that came out was fantastic. I know we're not supposed to talk. It's not. If you couldn't tell, it wouldn't influence my decision anyway. So I'm going to talk about it. The side story movie was fantastic. Just continuation of all the great things about Violet, and the sequel movie, the conclusion of the story that is coming out in Japan soon, and hopefully in the or I think it came out in Japan actually within the past week. Um, the promo almost got me emotional, which is kind of crazy because I don't usually see stuff like that and get emotional. But I'm so emotionally invested in this story. I can't speak highly enough about how great it is. Not only is it beautifully animated, but it tells so many unique stories and oh man, like you said, Violet is just such a great character. I cannot speak highly enough about this. It is, as I said, peak fiction. So Violet Evergarden gets my vote by far. I'm sorry,
You hear
Anohana.
that, One Piece fans? Peak fiction.
No, it is peak fiction. Like, One Piece is one thing. I don't care. I don't care for it personally. This is like, it has everything it needs. It is a masterpiece. It's one of the few shows too that I've ever given a 10 out of 10. Like
Yeah.
movies, it's one thing, but a show at 10 out of 10 is perfect.
I don't know why I'm throwing shit at One Piece when my
Yeah,
background is
what the
literally
fuck?
One Piece
I was
watching
gonna say-
posters. Sorry,
Either
One
way,
Piece
though.
fans. Kat, you're up next.
So I haven't. So before the week, I didn't really talk about it. But I actually watched Violet Evergarden on my own. Mainly because I forgot to ask which shows are gonna be in the 2018 section. I knew which shows were gonna be in the 2011, but I watched Violet Evergarden, and my mom and my mom is kind of a little bit of an influencer when I'm watching anime, especially when I'm watching in the living room. She came in and she was like, "It looks really pretty," and she was like, "This seems really good," and I was like, "Ah, yeah." It's also really really sad. By the end of the show, I was kind of like, I feel a lot more. I can't put on my persona as much when I'm talking
Sure.
about the show.
You can't be Cat Zodiac.
Yeah, I'm more the person behind Cat Zodiac. But Anohana, it's I like shows that make me feel, because it makes me feel more human. Especially when I'm like dissociating and having mental issues. But Anohana, it did it at times, but like it was really predictable. Like I couldn't really get behind it the way that other shows, the way that like none come to the top of my head right now, but the way that other shows that I like more than it do, and I gotta give it to Violet Evergarden.
All right.
Thank you.
Has.
This is pretty easy for me. Look, Violet Evergarden slaps. Violet Evergarden is a 10 out of 10. I think it's amazing. It looks beautiful. I think the story is great. And that's not to say that Anohana isn't great. But my problem with Anohana is the same problem I have with My Hero Academia. and it's that Anohana, for all the good it does, it still feels like a refinement of something that I've seen before. And as such, it bores me. It's because it's not my thing. If I hadn't seen other shows, and that's not to say that the other shows I've seen before are better than it, because the shows I've seen that try to do the same thing are dog shit. I'm fully aware of that, right? But it's not interesting. I tried to watch it when I was doing like I'm gonna run through everything on Netflix, and I dropped it. It could be a great show, but Violet Evergarden is actually interesting to me. And I also love female leads, especially when female leads are super badass, like ex War Machine. You know, like
Yeah.
it's super, like it's so emotional, but like you're still a badass, and it's like I love it. So I'm gonna get to Violet Evergarden.
All right, Miles, wrap things up for us.
Yeah, so this is a tough one for me. I haven't watched Anohana. I dropped Violet Evergarden, but I know that if I were to watch Anohana, I would drop it too.
Probably.
No, you.
Yeah,
you
like
100%.
Violet Evergarden does seem interesting, but it also seems like a little cumbersome to watch. I guess like it's emotional and you have to like really pay attention and get invested in stuff. And when I tried to watch it, that just wasn't what I was looking for. Like I think I dropped it and like watched High School TXT or something. Like it was just not the show I was in the mood for at the time. So I think what's gonna make this decision for me is that in this time in 2020, it's really important that we support our post office and our postal carriers, the people who deliver our letters. We need to make sure that they are properly appreciated and able to deliver a certain censored for political reasons letter in, say, early November. And for that reason, I'm going to support the most waifu of all postal officers and vote for Violet Evergarden.
I'm speechless.
Thank you for your
Miles,
service. Yeah.
Miles,
Vote.
if we had like a game ball type of situation after a big dub, I'd be handing you the game ball right now. Even though we're actually we're exactly halftime right now. I would like steal the ball. Here you go. Halftime game ball goes to Miles because that was, dude, you're on point today. So
I'm glad.
3 straight 5-0 victories as Violet Evergarden defeats Anohana. We got a close one, boys.
I am really surprised that it's
Yeah.
been 3 straight 5-0s.
Yeah. And we might have 4 because we
We should have 4. We should have.
Let's
4.
not get ahead of ourselves.
we have
No, we will have 4.
we have
We will not.
for 2011 we have Gintama going up against A Place Further Than the Universe. I love A Place Further Than the Universe so much. It's in my top 10. It is my number 10. It's an incredible show. If you like just good anime, you should watch A Place Further Than the Universe. It encapsulates so much, the story, the meaning, the characters. God, I love A Place Further Than the Universe. Yeah, Gintama seems cool. Haven't seen it. I don't think it would break my top 10 all time. Just based off that, I'm going A Place Further Than the Universe. Go watch A Place Further Than the Universe. Go watch A Place Further Than the Universe. Pat.
I'm just gonna echo your points. I haven't seen Gintama. I know I would like it, but it's not something that I think would it takes a lot for a comedy for me to put it like in my top whatever shows. And if it's not better than, or if I don't think I'd enjoy it more than Konosuba, I don't think it would break into my top 5 because Konosuba is barely in my top 5. So Gintama not gonna cut it. Place for the Universe is so good. It is another show that I was it's inspiring. It's uplifting. It's happy. It's not perverted in the ways that anime usually is either, when you consider the fact that it has 4 female leads, like high school girls just doing things, right? It's such a inspiring journey, and it is, I love it. The penguins in it are great. I mean, that alone could win you a vote, I think. I love this show. It's just like we said about Laid Back Camp. If you need a show to make yourself feel better or like feel good, throw on A Place Further Than the Universe. That's my vote for sure.
I don't know if it's in the same category, but I know what you're saying.
It's not the same. No, it's not the same exact. Well, like that. This one you have to pay more attention to. But like,
Yes.
I don't know. Every time It's All Right, like that song comes on, like the one of the insert songs comes on during that series, immediately my head just goes like perks up, and I'm just like, yes, like I love this. This is so nice.
So good. Cat.
I am the exact like I have not seen A Place Further than the Universe. I know it would be directly up my alley if I sat down and watched it, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And I know that you keep on saying watch A Place Further than the Universe and watch Keep Your Hands Off Asukin, but I haven't gotten to it yet, especially since my internet has gotten worse. But that's neither here nor there. The thing is, I've seen Gintama, and Gintama for me is one of those shows that you just like sit back and watch, and and you don't have to think too much about it. It's kind of like a lot of like, well, I even though I'm probably gonna say something offhand after I make this comparison, it's kind of like one of those like buddy cop shows on NBC and CBS, NCIS and CSI, stuff like that.
Chips.
All that shit. Like you don't have to think much about it. A bunch of shit's going on. It's gonna be fixed in the end, and there's going to be a slow bullshit story in the background to connect all the shows together, I guess. But Gintama is like a better version of that because first of all, it's actually funny. Second of all, it's some of the gags are kind of hit and miss, but it's pretty good. But like the overarching story, when those come to a head, they become like shonen worthy, even though it's a gag shonen show.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So I just putting that into perspective, and the fact that like when you're watching Gintama, I couldn't really tell when the seasons ended and when the seasons started, unless it was like a direct gag about a season starting, or like background jokes. Well, fourth wall jokes. I mean,
Sure.
But a place. I know that I like A Place Further than the Universe, but just from the enjoyment that I've had from Gintama, I gotta go with Gintama.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. That's fine. Like I'm not judging you at all. Your choice is that's fine.
As Pete
It's
writes
wrong.
down a note.
Yeah.
Cat
Don't let Cat
lives
in anymore.
in North
I'm
Carolina. Where does Cat live? Okay, Has.
Please don't mail me AIDS.
Oh no. Hold on.
I mean crabs.
How
can
do
That
you
mail
know
doesn't
us
make it
crabs.
much better, Cat. It's similar, more
One is,
possible.
one is significantly better than the other.
It still makes less sense though.
True.
Or neither makes
Okay.
sense.
Well, crabs you can mail.
You can mail them,
Hold on,
yeah.
we're on Haz's
Yep.
turn. Haz,
Yeah, I
keep
should say
going.
has.
Okay. This is gonna be pretty easy for me. Place for the Universe is cool. But Konosuba, what Konosuba is to Cautious Hero and Misfit at Demon Academy, Gintama is to Psyche K, right? Gintama is Psyche K's daddy,
Ooh.
and yeah, no, I don't know. That's not a hot take to me. That's just,
It's
Gintoki. Gintoki is like, I just checked. He's the 11th most favorited person on Mal, right? He's fucking hilarious. I think the cast is hilarious. I think the first season of Gintama is like 200 episodes. So 200 episodes of content versus a movie, and a good movie, no doubt. But Gintoki is that guy. There's a reason that he's so high up on people's favorite list. Mind you, Gintama, I don't even think Gintama is in like top 20 most popular. I could be capping about that.
I don't know about popular,
But-
but it's number 3 for ranked like overall.
Yeah, I was gonna say every Gintama piece is like ranked super high because the fan base is so rabid for it. Like it's just
Yeah.
like
Very good.
Monogatari. It's just like the Monogatari series where like I'm sure it's good, but it's also just it's so goddamn much to watch that no one else other than the people that are rabid fans for it
Yeah.
are going to go through and rate it and put it on the map. Like I'm sure not every
Yeah.
Gintama movie is like a 9.0 like it is on Mal or an 8.8. Like there's just no way.
But I think that really speaks to how good it is because I feel like Gintama as a show has that really cult shonen fan base, but in comedy. And I don't think we see that a lot. Like, even when, as good as Konosuba and highly rated is, I don't think Konosuba fans are like shonen cult fans, you know? I don't think they're
Yeah, 'cause we're
Gintama fans.
adults. Like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that for Konosuba, to be
I'm
honest.
just kidding. What
I'm
about
always in the
Karen?
comments of the R anime thing, and I'm like, vote for Aqua, and then I like shit talk the other girls.
We're
So-
exposing people here today. These are all man children. That's why they hang out.
Until this year when I was just like voting for Hiroya the entire way.
That's why they hang out with me. But yeah, no. So Gintama gets it, but you know, placing everybody is cool. It's cool, but it's not
Alright.
Gintama.
Okay. Miles, I think this is the first time this episode you get to be the
I am-
deciding vote.
I am the decider. So you've just handed me a game ball, and I have looked straight into your eyes, Pete, and I've told you that your dreams are dead as I vote for Gintama.
Oh.
I take the ball you just handed to me and fucking dunk on you. Now, honestly, I think that this is a vote that maybe a year and a half from now, 2 years from now, I might look back and regret. Because A Place for the Universe, despite the black heart that people seem to think I have, really does seem like it could be a good show. It seems to be like a very inspiring show for people, that it really like, you know, makes people get up and like want to do things and like
Me.
make something out of their lives. And I think it takes like really good media to do that. But I love like referential comedy. Hashtag rap was the pinnacle of rap. And for those reasons, I have to vote for Gintama.
Okay.
I don't know. I if I had to pick which one to watch today, I'm much more interested in Gintama than A Place for the Universe.
I demand a recount.
So
Okay, I'm a little surprised by this outcome, but it was
too.
3-2. It was close. But for 2011, and
it's the third most popular show ever.
It's true. But in a 3-2 victory, Gintama defeats A Place Further Than the Universe.
Yes, sir.
We are now on to number 2. For most popular, we have from 2011 Blue Exorcist going up against Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 1. Emphasis
I need my
on the
gas
Part 1. I think this is gonna be like the boring one. Like every episode we just have like a dud. This is our dud. Blue Exorcist looks dumb. Never seen it. I'm sorry, it looks really bad. Attack on Titan is one of the most mid shows I've ever seen. I guess it gets better. I like the soundtrack to Attack on Titan, so I'm gonna go with
That's a
Attack on
good
Titan.
point.
I'm gonna
Attack
go
on
with
Titan OP's bangers.
They are
OP.
bangers.
The OST
They're all good.
in general is really good. Like I'll give
Yeah.
it credit for that. Like, but I don't know. The show suck. Both these shows probably suck. So, Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 1 gets my vote.
It's funny because the Sageo or whatever the second opening is like one of the only things that's ever gotten me like feeling patriotic. It makes me feel more patriotic than the national anthem
Dude,
does.
me
And
too.
I've got the flag on my arm too.
I
That's how
kinda wanna,
crazy
like,
big it is.
Be a German nationalist, whatever I am.
Whoa! Whoa!
I wasn't here.
Yo, this is not that type
I
of
didn't-
podcast.
Not here.
I didn't make that joke, but I'm gonna laugh at it.
Please give me that
in my
game ball back.
segment.
I've already dunked on you, dude. It's on the ground somewhere.
Yeah, he already spiked. Gronk spiked it somewhere.
Now you get the technical foul.
Yeah.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know. Apparently, this is where Attack on Titan starts getting good. I think this is the Attack on Titan hate podcast, so I
For
don't
sure
think
it
any
is.
of us are gonna like. But we can at least acknowledge that it's better than the trash that Blue Exorcist is. Because I've never met someone who said, "Oh, I'm a Blue Exorcist fan." I have met plenty of people that have said, "I've
Except
seen
for
Blue
Has.
Exorcist." Yeah, sorry, Has, but your vote doesn't count anyways. So we're going for Attack on Titan season 3.
Whoa, his
Part-
vote does count. Every
No.
vote counts. Make sure you
No.
go out and vote if you are in the United States.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
November.
shit. Wait, yeah, sorry. No, your
Yeah,
vote
yeah.
does count.
Oh,
I didn't mean it
Hopefully,
like that.
your mail
Yeah,
carrier is violet too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
just like
please.
hope for that.
Please, God, let it go and vote. That's the most important thing you can do as a
Especially
citizen,
now.
especially as a citizen. And yeah, so yeah, no.
We're
no
feeling
politics.
patriotic. We
Yes,
want to
very
exercise our right to vote
Yeah,
because
please
of the
do.
second OP of Attack on Titan.
Mine's will be a little difficult because my mail office was burned to the ground. So,
Oh, that's right, Minnesota, baby. There
yay,
you go.
South Minneapolis.
Yeah, I'm so lucky. I'm from a state where I can just I didn't even have to say it was for COVID. I just was able to register to vote by mail, and they were just like, "Yeah, do it, go for it, fam." No.
Damn, fam, go for it. All right,
Yeah,
Kat.
yeah, hell yeah.
So here's the thing. Trust me, I actually enjoyed Blue Exorcist. I'd watched it all the way through. I've watched them on the movies, and I like it. I hate Attack on Titan. Not as much as I hate Baki, but it's down there. I'm not gonna get into it because I don't want to go past my time. So, needless to say, I'm voting for Blue Exorcist. 1, because it's a better show, and 2, because Attack on Titan, it's shit.
Okay.
Mid is a compliment.
Mid is a compliment. Season 3, I'm sure, is okay.
That's when it starts getting better. That's what. That's
Is
why I
it
voted
because they
for it.
told me season 2 was? They told me the second half of season. They lie. They lie.
Yeah,
it is
but
a
look at the
lying
ratings.
fan base.
This
It's
house
These are the
is full
same
of
people
lies.
that like My Hero Academia, and then but also the same people that shit on My Hero Academia and then say that Attack on Titan is better. Like, I worked with one of these plebs before. Like, I fucking hate these people, and I fucking hate the show.
Hey, but
Anyway.
if you like those shows, though, you're still welcome in our Discord. I just want to throw that out there. We do not.
Oh, we have plenty of people who like Attack on Titan on our Discord.
Yeah.
We got Tyler, and there's at least one other person.
There's
so enjoy.
Tyler. There's
Doesn't
It
seem
might
like
be,
it
might be
too.
Johnny.
Say
Who
no.
knows?
Yeah, Johnny seems like he
Yeah,
would like
Johnny,
Attack on
yeah.
Titan.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. We
All
don't
the
know
people
yet.
with bad opinions.
Yeah. Has you're up.
Johnny's pretty sus.
Yeah.
Fucking air right now.
Yo, I saw.
So we
Someone-
always
you
vote
should-
for Johnny.
Someone hit the
fidgeting with
emergency
wire.
button before
Yeah.
you called something. Yeah.
Emergency meeting. Fuck.
Okay, so let me clear something the fuck up, okay? You remember what I said at the beginning of this podcast, that this is final form hashtag? I don't know who the fuck told you I'm a fan of Blue Exorcist. I'm not. I'm 100% sure that was like oh, this sucks. I gotta vote between these two shitty shows. I'm gonna vote this one. Because that's what's happening right now. These shows suck. Yeah,
Make it
no.
interesting.
Attack on Titan season 1 or Attack on Titan season 3 part 1 it's fucking garbage. First off, just the fact that you split a season into parts is fucking garbage. Just make it season 3 and season 4. Don't be a dickhead. Attack on Titan is for people who like shonen, like My Hero Academia, and want to feel like they're above it, like they're growing up, right? It's like high school graduation. That's what Attack on Titan. It's high school graduation for anime fans. Blue Exorcist is just a show. There's no other word. There's nothing to describe it. It's so bland, generic. It's a show, right? It has assets. It's like those Kickstarter games that have ripped assets in them that become a huge controversy later on, right? Like the main waifu in it is a fucking ripoff of Yoko from Gurren Lagann. Same bikini outfit and all that shit. The show sucks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a phone
Oh, the phone flip.
and Blue Exorcist.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Is this
So
really going to be the deciding? No,
Yep, Miles is the
this
deciding
really,
vote.
Okay.
yeah. So I know Pat's salty that this is going to happen, but I have consistently voted against Attack on Titan against whatever garbage it was up against. I hate Attack on Titan. I fucking hate it. I've dropped the show 4 separate times because my dumb, stupid friends keep telling me it gets better, and I have to get to a different point. And every fucking time the stupid blonde kid gives the speech about how we shouldn't murder the person who is a Titan that we can see right there because of the power of friendship or whatever, I lose my mind. That speech lasts 10 minutes. Anyways, season 3 is apparently when it gets better. I
Apparently,
haven't seen Blue Exorcist. I know I also wouldn't like Blue Exorcist, but Blue Exorcist hasn't wasted 30 hours of my time. I don't have to hear people talk about Blue Exorcist at parties. I don't. Actually, I did one time, which is really weird.
Whoa,
Anyways,
what kind of
I'm
parties are
voting
you
for
going
Blue
to?
Exorcist.
All right.
Because I hate Attack on Titan, and I don't feel anything towards Blue Exorcist. So, yes.
Okay, I think in a popularity vote, this is a major upset. As
This
This
so
is a
dumb.
major upset
This is
because
so
people
dumb.
love Attack on Titan,
Oh,
but
for
I
sure.
hate Attack on Titan.
So do
I hate.
I.
So do I.
We
but
all
like,
hate
wait.
Attack on Titan.
What
We're
about
allowed
the
to vote
cultural
again.
impact of
Yeah,
Attack
Yeah,
on
I
Titan?
don't vote based. I have never voted based on cultural impact. I don't
There's
like
a-
that argument.
There's
The
a big
only
overlap.
thing-
No,
The
go
only
ahead.
thing that I can, the only thing that I can hate that I can like about Attack on Titan is that there's a fit girl in it. That's it.
There's a figure Blue Exorcist, isn't there?
There is.
Exactly. That's the thing. I like.
So
I
it's
like.
a wash.
I like Blue Exorcist. I don't like Attack on Titan.
Okay.
God, I hate Attack on Titan. I hate it so much.
You see the logic they gave you, and the logic, the same logic that Attack on Titan fans use is the same logic that One Piece fans use, which is exactly why there's overlap in that community. Just get to this part. 40 hours fucking later, the show gets good after 2 days.
It doesn't though.
And it doesn't.
Yeah, I honestly I would say that because Attack on Titan has such a high cultural impact, and because it sucks, that is a bad thing. That is a mark against it. It has culturally impacted us for the worse. It is
It's embodying
bad.
the worst
It is
fan-
like silly bands or Drake. It is just
Whoa,
not a
Drake
good
is
thing.
great.
Drake
watch your
is
mouth.
actually really
Yeah.
You
good.
watch
though.
your fucking mouth. Drake is amazing.
See, this is why we shouldn't listen to Miles.
Yes,
I
okay.
don't know.
Agree
Okay, so
Drake is soft.
You're soft. That's Cal.
Yeah, yuck.
Wow.
What's his name murdered him? Drake was murdered.
Meek Mill.
No,
Suge
no,
Knight?
Drake murdered Meek Mill. Oh my god. It was after that.
Pusha
Meek
T.
Mill's
It was
song,
Pusha
I can't
T.
even Pusha T murdered him.
T, yeah.
Drake's diss track towards Meek Mill got a Grammy nomination. Like,
Well, it wasn't.
Oh, back to back? Yeah.
yeah.
song.
That wasn't his first
Meek
one,
Mill. Nicki Minaj broke up with Meek Mill because of that. I mean, Jesus Christ, Meek Mill got buried.
To be fair, Nicki Minaj doesn't make the best life decisions. She's with a convicted rapist or sexual assault. Some shit.
Well, that is. I'm not here to judge,
This is-
but I am here to judge Attack on Titan,
True.
and it's.
All right, so back to get on track. 3-2 victory for Blue Exorcist over Attack on
Which-
Titan Season 3. Part 1. Here comes the downvotes because people hate that opinion. But we're moving on anyway. It's our number 2 ranked
People don't
show.
get this far into the video.
True. You know what? For this one, they actually do. This one actually
Oh,
is like the
good,
most
okay.
listened in terms of minutes. So,
Well, if they're
can't
still
believe this
listening,
is
they know we
happening.
hate Attack on Titan.
True.
They know.
Yeah.
they know.
Cannot believe this is happening.
We love you though. You
Number
should come
2
to-
ranked. Here we go. 2011. Hunter x Hunter going up against 2018. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. Man, I'll give JoJo one thing. The ED for JoJo Part 5 is one of the greatest things ever made. That's Jodeci. It's incredible. But I'm a Hunter x Hunter stan. I hate shonen, but it's such a different style of shonen. It's incredible. Watch Hunter x Hunter if you haven't, please. It's so good. Killua is like a top tier character and bro and boy and anything. I love Killua so much. His friendship with Gon, like when they're like he's like riding the skateboard. He's like, "Hey, I'm Killua. Hey, I'm Gon." Top 10 anime moment. I love it so much. Hunter x Hunter is so good. I love it, especially in terms of we're basing off of like the ratings. It's a 10 out of 10. It's my number 4 all time. JoJo's whatever, even though I know Part 5 is kind of like Attack on Titan, where I think it's the highest rated JoJo. If not, it's 1 or 2. It's really highly rated. So props to JoJo for being a really highly rated show and people liking it. Not my thing. Hunter x Hunter gets my vote. Go watch Hunter x Hunter. Pat.
I'm not a fan of either of these series, but I like the music that came out of JoJo's, like the opening. I think Great Days is from Part 5, which is one of my favorite OPs.
Oh, yeah.
And then the ED, like you said, slaps. I also just think Part 5 is funny as hell. Like from the clips I've seen, like the torture dance is hilarious. Again, Hunter x Hunter is just not my kind of show. I can't get behind it. So I'm gonna go JoJo's. Bitterly going towards JoJo's.
That's fine. Cat.
So if you know me, you know that I'm not the biggest fan of JoJo. I purposefully talk down JoJo a lot when I get the chance. And I binged Hunter x Hunter in like a week. And that's like 151 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Something like that.
Yeah. So, like, man, I just love the whole, like, I just love Hunter x Hunter as a whole, and JoJo has been ruined for me by the show itself, which isn't really my huge type of comedy or like shonen or anything like that. And also because I know too many people who are extremely toxic towards me and other people that I care about that love JoJo. So, anyway, yeah, points going to Hunter x Hunter.
All right, Has.
The other day, Stone Ocean was trending, right? JoJo's is fire. Hunter x Hunter, not my type of show. It's not for me. I get the appeal, and I always have. Just not my bag. JoJo's Part 5 is great. The things I would do to... Wow, just the things I would do for the JoJo IP wouldn't be allowed on the dark web. Right?
Wow.
Just to get another season, right?
We're
Part
getting
6
another season.
No, shut the fuck up.
Okay,
So
Like
get
now.
another one after that. Right? Give me Steel Ball Run
we're going
right
to get
now.
Steel Ball Run.
And Stone
going to
Shut up. Shut until I get the confirmation. It hasn't happened. Okay, I want my announcement. Like SAO Progressive got its announcement. Okay,
Yes.
I want to be in the corner of my room, fucking dancing. You
Yep.
know, I'm gonna lit over here like ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, ooh.
Ooh. Kill it.
Giorno is one of the best characters in anime. He is half Dio, half Joestar, half prostitute. You could do the statistics on that.
That's 3 halves.
I'm
Yeah.
a scientist and it
That's more
checks
halves
out.
than most people. That's more
Right.
halves than most people. So you gotta give him credit.
Yeah, bigger number, better person, right?
Oh yeah.
So it goes to JoJo Part 5 and also Giorno's team. If I had my fucking piano, I would have played it. I just didn't want to go get it. But yeah, no. Da, 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 da.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Okay.
You went
Anyway.
evil villain in the middle of it. There
A
you go.
little
Yeah,
much, but I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
So-
JoJo.
Miles.
So you're voting for Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is so I was gonna vote for Hunter because these both are not my kind of thing, but I've always loved Pete's. I think I said this the last time too. Like just like the passion of Hunter fans is like they really love Hunter x Hunter.
Say it with your
but-
chest.
But what Has just did there, I do have to like add this into the equation, because I mean he is clearly very passionate about JoJo's Part 5. So, oh my god, I have to think of a tiebreaker real quick. I'm just gonna go to Mal, and we're just gonna.
JoJo says better
promise
memes.
You would turn for the characters in JoJo before you turn for the characters.
I
in
don't like
HHH.
JoJo's that much though. Like I've dropped like a couple of the seasons at this point, and it's just not. It's not for me, and it's enjoyable, but it's not. I guess I understand why it's enjoyable more than I say it's enjoyable. I understand why people
I
like
think
it,
Has. I think
but
it
it's
broke
just.
Has.
Beautiful.
Broke
Oh, okay,
Has.
but Hunter x Hunter is, I guess, the third highest rated anime ever. I don't know. Fuck. Haz's bit was so
Flip
good.
your phone like Has does. That's what
Okay, yeah, I'll flip my phone.
Are we gonna really let tiebreakers determine another round?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay, I didn't decide which one was gonna. I'm
Yeah.
bad at flipping phones. Okay, screen Hunter x Hunter, not screen JoJo's. JoJo's.
JoJo gets the dub.
Damn it.
I'm sorry. And that's just because I mean, like, 2011's my favorite year. So, like, Pat,
I
no
know this is fair
bias.
because both years now have won
Remember,
a year
this is-
off of coin
it's like-
flips. So
It's like whose
No,
line
this
is
is-
it anyway? The rules are made up, and the
no,
points
they are
made up.
not. This matters. This is important.
This is
This does
means a
not
lot to
matter.
me.
I mean, Pat
This is what we've been working for the past 2 months of our shonen battle arc. We have to win.
we have to throw that up to the protagonists. Never win the shonen battle arcs. Haven't you watched Food Wars?
No,
Have you
I
seen
haven't,
Yu Yu
for a good reason.
Hakusho? They definitely win.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
yeah, there you go.
What's his name? Never won a
Goku
food
hasn't
tournament.
died
Spoiler
yet,
alert.
so there you go.
Soma,
There's-
yeah. Okay, well, guess what, boys? We're at the number one most popular and number one most ranked show of 2011 versus 2018.
What a matchup this is.
Yeah, this is great.
Oh.
We're at a 4-4 tie. Here we go. The number one most popular show from 2011. We have Future Diary, aka Mirai Nikki, going up against My Hero Academia Season 3. So, this is another one where I was like, I need to pick a tiebreaker because both of these shows are just whatever.
How sick that OP for Future Diary is?
I mean, My Hero has really good, like, you can hand it My Hero. The
It does have good OPs.
OPs are
Yeah.
pretty solid for My Hero.
It's like AOT.
I don't think Peace Sign was season 2, but Peace Sign is the most viewed anime OP of all time on YouTube. So just throwing it out there, you can hate on My Hero, but their OPs are pretty good. So yeah,
Odd Future is 3.
Odd Future. Oh, okay. Odd Future,
Yeah.
great. The Promised Neverland OP is incredible by Odd Future. Throwing that out there randomly, but so I'm giving my tiebreaker. I'm giving it because of the dub of the United States of Smash from My Hero Academia Season 3, because Christopher Sabat is a fucking boss as All Might. Like, he's such a good voice actor. He's perfect for All Might. I mean, the show itself is average, but that scene I thought was wonderful. So, United States of Smash gets the tiebreaker, and United States of Smash, hopefully, in the face, because it's a yandere. So, my vote going to My Hero Academia Season 3.
Okay. So I went into Mirai Nikki expecting to be blown away when I went back and watched it. And I was not blown away at all. I was like, why is this popular? Like, why did people like this? And then I realized, or whatever her name is that she's like the most popular yandere, right? And that's why people like her.
Yep.
That show disappointed the crap out of me. I was expecting to be again, I was just going in maybe with the expectations a little bit too high, but all I ever heard were good things about the show. And then I got them all torn down. And then, of course, people, when I talked to them afterwards, agreed with most of my criticisms, but I was like, well, then why didn't I know this when I was going into it? Versus My Hero, you know what you're going to get when you go into it, and I think this is the most popular season 2, or was it season 2 that was most popular?
Season
I don't
2,
know.
I believe.
Most popular
I think it's
overall is
season
probably
2.
season 1.
Well, no, I meant, sorry, like
Highest rated?
the most highest rated / most liked amongst the
Probably
community
season
in general.
2.
I would
It's
say
season
2.
Okay, so my then it's
Because
not
of
that one. I
sports
thought it
arc.
was season 3. But I guess not. But either way, I really was so annoyed by Mirai Nikki, and I don't like yanderes either. So I think I'm gonna go with My Hero as well because the music is really good in it too, and All Might is fucking awesome. I'll give
Because
it
it's
that.
in 2018. I got
No,
you.
no,
Yeah.
because of that too.
You flipped
But
a
again, I
phone,
really
Miles.
yeah, seriously. At least I haven't flipped a phone yet.
Yeah.
I'll unflip the phone and go with my original thought and just give it a Hunter x Hunter.
No,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's too late.
you do
You
it.
gotta understand, I haven't gone to sleep. So the fact that I just popped off, you can't take that back. Don't do that.
I would have voted for Darling and the Franks if I could go back too, because I would have erased my vote because you made a very good point, Has, during that argument. So, anyways, moving on. Sorry.
All right, Kat.
So, man, when you started talking about Odd Future, I got the song stuck in my head. It's basically like, kind of like every Taylor Swift song that's come out in the past like few years.
Bangers.
So an instant masterpiece?
Yeah, just a top 10 out of 10.
Hey,
Like
we don't
triple
make fun of
platinum?
Taylor
Yeah,
Swift
like-
here, do we? Do we hate on Taylor Swift?
Absolutely not. Oh my god. You know how many Taylor Swift vinyls are in here?
Yeah, seriously, don't
Two.
hate on her.
Two
We
of them.
stand
mean?
Taylor Swift.
I stand Taylor. I
Taylor
Folklore is
Swift made
literally going to win Album of the Year, and there is nothing you can do about it.
nothing.
Taylor Swift made Kanye's
I'm
career.
just gonna, I'm just gonna say this. Like, I can give Taylor Swift some props for her like dissing of a bunch of basically, pretty much racist on Twitter. I'll give her that, but
True.
that's neither here nor there. But My Hero Academia versus Mirai Nikki. I didn't like Mirai Nikki. Personally, yanderes are the epitome of a bad like relationship, and with my profession, yanderes normally don't end well. So honestly, I'm going with My Hero Academia, mainly because like Odd Future is stuck in my head. So, moving on.
All right. Has.
So
You have to say something.
You're thinking about Taylor Swift.
You make it seem like
Thinking about
the
Taylor Swift.
Discord screws up. Yeah.
Oh no, the Discord is fine, which is why you should join. It's high quality shit. These shows aren't. These shows are not. So My Hero Academia season 3 came out in 2018. 2018, they also dropped the My Hero movie. And what I really don't like in shows, I can't think of the other one off my head, but another show did the exact same thing, is when they have a side story or like something that's not canon that is better than the show. This is like Pete with GGO alternative, right?
Best sword art ever made.
Yeah, lie to yourself some more.
Every day.
Yeah, every day, bro.
I see my dream.
But the My Hero, if you want to see peak My Hero, watch My Hero Heroes Rising and pay attention to the relationship between Deku and All Might's niece, Melissa Shield. Because those are actually good interactions. Melissa Shield is a person who in one episode has more relatability, or one movie had more relatability and development than 95% of the cast of My Hero. Mirai Nikki sucks, but it just sucks, you know? I don't think there's anything particularly offensive about Mirai Nikki. I think My Hero, there's always two kinds of ass. Like, there's offensive, right? And then there's just ass. Like, High School DxD Season 4 is just ass. Darling in the Franxx ending is offensive at like the last two episodes.
Good callback.
Yeah, it's fucking offensive. So for that reason, and that reason alone, I'm gonna give it to Mirai Nikki.
Wow. Okay. Miles.
So, yanderes aren't great. They're not good. It's hard to do a yandere correctly. And My Hero Academia Season 3 really fails at their yandere. Himiko Toga isn't very good. Yuno Gazi is both simultaneously probably the best thing about Future Diary, but also one of the worst things about Future Diary. This is tough for me because both protagonists suck.
They do.
Season 3 of My Hero Academia was enjoyable. I think I like Future Diary because it feels like a niche that's like never ever really done well in anime. And when I say I like Future Diary, I mean like I tolerate it more than I should. Because like sort of like horror, edgy, suspense stuff is one always done awfully in anime for the most part. They just don't do it well.
True.
And two, not very common. Do you have an example, Kat? Do you think it gets done well?
There is a movie called Perfect Blue, and it is amazing.
Okay, yes. I haven't seen Perfect Blue, but I've heard good things about that. I think I'm gonna go with My Hero Academia for the exact same reason Pete did. United States of Smash is dope. I think overall, I like. Oh, look at that! I don't know. Like, ask me tomorrow, I might change my mind. But My Hero Academia Season 3.
All right. In a 4-1 victory, My Hero Academia Season 3 beats Future Diaries. Boys, we've made it to the last one. This is the number one ranked show of 2011 versus 2018. We have Steins Gate, the original, the OG, going against Gintama's final season. Now, we made it this far. I want to say thank you guys for joining me in this adventure. It's been fun.
Very fun.
This is the easiest thing I've ever done. Easiest choice.
Yeah.
This is a pretty easy matchup.
Steins Gate is a masterpiece. If you don't like the anime, play the visual novel. If you don't like the visual novel, play the dating sim. If you don't like the dating sim, go outside. Steins Gate is incredible. Everybody should watch Steins Gate at least once. I admit that the first 7 episodes are kind of slow and boring, but my god, it's one of the best endings of all time. I love Steins Gate. I'm sure Gintama is fun. but it's not Steins Gate. It's not the number 2 ranked anime of all time. It's not the number. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick.
Number 8 most popular.
Okabe is the number 8 most popular character, followed by Kisuru, who is the 14th. We have 2 characters in the top 14 of all anime characters. I don't think any other show does. One Piece is the only one that does that, and that's Monkey and Zoro, but we know about One Piece, and so, yeah, Steins Gate. Steins Gate gets my vote. It's incredible. Watch Steins Gate.
Yeah, so you can call me a 2018 fanboy all you want, but I don't think I could defend myself with any other decision other than Steins Gate in this debate. Like Gintama's cool, but yeah, like Pete said, number 2 most ranked and number 8 most popular. Like that, the fact that it's in the top of both of those is incredible. It's unseen by any other show either as well. Like no other show is that popular and also that highly rated just because there's going to be people that dislike it just because it's popular, right? Steins Gate is one of those shows that seems to transcend that, and I cannot wait until I watch it in the next few months during this dry ass anime season that's coming.
True.
And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to watch it because it's gonna be so good. I can't wait. Steins Gate is my vote.
All right, Kat.
So with my statements about with the last Gintama season we talked about. Again, Gintama popcorn show. It's basically a buddy cop movie, a buddy cop show all over the place, except for some really really good shonen scenes. And I haven't seen the final season of Gintama because Jesus Christ, there's a lot of episodes to go through. And this comes from somebody who watched like close to 700 episodes of One Piece just to try and keep up, just so I could drop it. I wasted my time when I was younger. So here's the thing. I'll watch Gintama all the time just to like chill out and do nothing, just to pass time or something. Like if we're on a road trip or some shit. But I haven't seen Steins Gate. I haven't seen the good, like when Steins Gate gets good on the first 3 episodes. But with Mal and how highly rated it is and how popular it is, like I like even with no information about it, like I've got to go with Steins Gate. Like
Okay.
there's really no getting out of it.
Sure. Has.
So, the Steins Gate anime, I didn't finish it. I dropped it, like I said. The Steins Gate visual novel. If you want to experience Steins Gate, don't watch the anime. The anime is not well paced. It's not interesting to look at for the first 7 episodes. I guess I didn't
Cap.
get that far. If you want to see something not only that's drawn better, has more content, and more in-depth character moments, because they're side stories, just get the Steins Gate visual novel, and then get like linear bounded memories, or get it with the dating sim, the fucking In My Darling's Embrace, Steins Gate. Like, why would you watch this anime? It doesn't make sense to me now that I think about it. The visual novel is great. They have an auto button. Click auto. Read, okay, because you're gonna watch sub anyway. We know you're fucking elitists out there.
Gang.
Yeah, whatever. So you might as well just get the visual novel. And Gintama, there's no other way to experience Gintama. Gintama is great. There's a reason that it appeared in Psyche K. There's a reason it has so many seasons and movies, so many video games, in the days of old when it was still airing. Gintama final season got this.
There's no other way to experience Gintama other than the manga for Gintama. Just throwing that out there.
Wow. Okay.
So you could actually just read it. I think you have to
That's what
put your
my
vote
point
now. It
was.
has.
Yeah,
I think
I'm just saying, like, that was a bad argument.
Listen,
I'm on your side too.
Listen. You have to turn pages. I'm talking about just sit your ass down and be the lazy fuck you
You
are,
have
right?
to click. You have
Yeah,
to click things
we're
and make
lazy.
decisions.
We watch
and
everything.
Click
create-
auto, and it does it all for you. This is it's 2020, okay? Just don't buy Steins Gate Elite. It's a ripoff.
All right, Miles.
Okay,
please-
I'm gonna vote for Steins Gate. I literally time travel makes me drown and come. There's no other way to put it.
Wow.
I love
Who
it.
are you, Cat?
I was trying to keep this PG-13, and you just fucking take my job. Like, goddamn.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So why don't you play Horde in World of Warcraft?
Why don't I
Yes.
play Horde? And why would I? I mean, I do, but why would I?
Oh, I thought you said you're Alliance.
In my heart.
Oh.
But on my game account, I'm Horde.
You're a traitor, bitch. Never
Okay, nerds. Nerd.
We're an anime podcast.
I know that was kind of the joke I was going for, but yeah, thank you. Sorry, I don't know.
Do you have any final statements, Miles, other than that?
No.
Okay.
I summed it up.
All right, boys. This is the conclusion. In a 4-1 victory, Steins Gate defeats Gintama the final season. That leads us to our final. It's 5-5.
Of course.
So that means we go to the tiebreaker points.
2018 by 2 votes is my guess.
In a 26-24 victory by 1 vote, the winner of anime or anime year of the decade goes to 2018.
Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go.
Has his
Well
Gintama vote swung the victory for 2018? Not necessarily. It's just the last one.
There were a lot of other votes. Like there was the coin
I
flip
flipped
votes.
a
I
vote,
think they
yeah.
both. I think they both sucked. But the thing is, it's a good thing though, because one of them won it for 2018, the your coin flip one. But then
Yep.
Haz's won it for 2011. So that didn't end up like mattering in determining the 6-4 swing or something like that. That's what I was worried. That's why I was so annoyed, because I was like, we're really gonna let that determine a 6-4 victory, something like that. But
Yeah.
But even then,
we almost
that is.
did.
We really almost did. Thank you, Miles, for putting another 50-50 out there.
You should be thanking Az, because I mean, I would have voted for Hunter x Hunter, but I don't know both of them, but like Hunter x Hunter fans seem to like love that show, but like
Yeah.
Az did like a dance for JoJo. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but
passion.
JoJo's fans love JoJo's too, though. So that's a tough argument. But either way, that was awesome. I'm so glad I'm so happy 2018 won. That's my darling year. You know,
I feel like
darling
2011 had a
Giants
nice little
year.
upset run though, because that was my
It
favorite
did.
year, but it didn't get a bye. So
No,
I'm
it
happy it
didn't.
did as well as it did.
Yeah,
It
was-
deserved to. It definitely deserved to do as well as it did. I think the main weakness for 2011 was Mirai Nikki and Blue Exorcist being like and even Anohana being its top 3 shows. That's really bad. But you could say the same thing about Attack or 2018.
Yeah,
Blue Exorcist
think-
won.
Yeah,
I
it's
know,
just one,
funny,
yeah,
actually. I feel like 2011, like it kind of knew that this was happening, and then it set itself up, because 2011 has bad shows at 1, 2, and 3, but when you think about in the future, right? None of those shows do we hate, because they're like with the passion that we have for like MHA, Attack on Titan, and we know those are getting 1, 2, and 3. So just out of spite, even if they're higher quality than like Blue Exorcist, we're voting Blue Exorcist.
Yeah.
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 And it worked
Well,
out.
yeah.
And, like, I just want to emphasize, this is for fun. We don't have any standards or any criteria. We're just picking
No, I
them
do.
based off
I have no standards.
whatever
I
we
have
feel
all-
like at the time. Because, like, I think Miles said a few times, ask him tomorrow. It might change his vote. So,
Me
But-
too for a
I'm
lot of
high class.
shows.
but congratulations to 2018. This was a really fun first ever tournament arc type of thing we did. We have some stuff planned for the future for more tournaments. So look forward to that. That's just going to be in the future, because I got some other things in my brain that I want to talk about.
You think this arc was good? Wait until you get to the next one.
Yeah.
The next tournament arc is the best one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so it's
Yeah, honestly,
that's-
just and even after that, if you hated this episode, wait until season 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
it's
season
Part
actually-
three of
one,
the
season
podcast
3
gets
is
so
going to
good.
be great.
Oh man,
And
like-
if you just wait until the time skip, bro, it gets even.
Yeah.
better.
It gets even better. So, like, honestly, if you hated this podcast, treat yourself like a Attack on Titan fan and keep watching, keep subbing.
Yes.
Hit that like button or hit that thumbs down button twice.
Come to the
Just to
Discord.
show how much you
Yes,
really dislike
exactly.
it. Hit that thumbs down button twice. It's So thanks for sticking with us this far.
Yes, thank you so much. Great response from this. So we'll look forward to doing some more tournaments. But that being said, that concludes the episode. Time to do all the plugs. If you like the show, like, comment, subscribe. You know that bullshit. It helps us beat the YouTube algorithm. help us beat the YouTube algorithm. So follow us on Twitter. What do you say, Annie? It's What Do You Say, ANI on Twitter to stay update on information and me hating on random shonen shows. I think I said before, I guess if you want to support the podcast, don't sweat with 3Ts on Twitch. If you have a random Twitch Prime sub that you're not using, I get $2.50. It'll go towards me buying energy drinks or something. Yeah, we have a Discord description below. Talk about anime, manga, World of Warcraft since the expansion's coming out. Ryan Tannehill, like it's all over the place. So join our Discord. It's really
Magic
fun.
Gathering.
Fucking Josh Allen, baby.
Yeah,
The man.
we are weebs who watch sports. It's fun sometimes.
Yep.
But other than that, thank you so much, and we'll see you in a week for the non-Baka Watch Club. I know Cat's excited, so we'll see you then. Thanks, guys.
I'm very excited.
I'm not.